Quitting masturbation and porn is not even hard at all. The reason that you think it is hard is because, number one, you have all these people surrounding you who are doing it, and so that makes you think that, oh, if they're doing it, then it must be really hard to escape it, or maybe I shouldn't even try and escape it at all. And then the other thing is, every single time that you do try to quit one of these things or both of these things, you end up failing within the first week. But I'm telling you right now, you got to rewire the whole way that you think. And it may seem a little bit tough at first, but the reason that I say that it is actually so much more simple and so much more easy than you think is the fact that every single day after that month, even after that week, it will start to get way easier. But I guarantee that you're doing it the wrong way. And let me start with just the first week. In that first week, you are constantly having that idea in the back of your mind of, oh, why don't I watch porn? Or, oh, why don't I masturbate right now? So when you have this idea in your mind, it's very tough to keep ignoring it or to keep, denying that it's even there. Sure, you could acknowledge that it's there, but really you should try and get to a point where it shouldn't be crossing your mind. And the reason for that is you should be doing something throughout the day. You should not be having downtime to just sit and contemplate doing it or not doing it, or watching it or not watching it. You should constantly be working throughout the day. And if you're not, then you have other problems to solve. And that problem to solve is the fact that you are just laying in bed, or you're just sitting in a chair doing nothing. Or maybe you're just on your phone doing nothing. Instead, go out and work out. Go out and, honestly, you should be at work or you should be at school for a decent amount of time in your day. Then when you get back home, okay, you probably got like some sort of homework to do. Or you should be working on some sort of business. You should be learning somehow through, whether it is YouTube or whether it is, reading books or something like that. You should be working out. You should be, hanging out with friends. You should not have all this downtime to sit there and contemplate, oh, should I masturbate? Oh, should I watch porn? That should not even cross your mind because you should be so busy. And when you're working out, you're not thinking about that. You're thinking about getting gains. When you are, trying to make a business, you're not worried about that. You are worried about, how can I make money? How can I provide a useful thing to customers? So the first week is so hard because you are just spending all this time in this delightful, perfect time, like, oh yeah, max pleasure, all this. So you're getting all this pleasure, and then once you withdraw yourself from it, that's all you can think about. All you can think about as this huge motorcycle is riding past me. They're trying to ruin this video, okay? They're trying to ruin this video because this has never been taught to you before. It is not hard to quit, okay? So in that first week, once you withdraw yourself from this pleasure, you want to fill that pleasure gap back up because you were just at such a high amount of dopamine or serotonin, whatever you want to call it. You were extremely happy for those few seconds. And that's the thing, it's only a few seconds. And then after, guess what? Post-nut clarity, whatever you want to call that, right? That hits. And then you become all sad and stuff. So then you want to fill in that pleasure gap again. So you do this by doing things throughout the day, by doing other things that are tough, that get you better, but they're actually gratifying at the same time. Like working out, it's going to be tough, but it's getting you better, and eventually it should get to a point where it is very fun to work out. You should miss working out when you haven't worked out for a couple of days, right? That's the point that you should try and reach. So the whole thing is that once you get past that first week, it all becomes so much easier. Now, for me personally, I don't even know how long I've been on it, and that's a huge recommendation that you've probably heard before. You should not count the days with it. You should not count like, oh, I'm on day 2057. You should not even care, because guess what? You're not ever returning back to it. You're not returning back to porn or masturbation. So why are you worried about the streak? You should simply be living for this new lifestyle, this lifestyle which honestly, it's not anything different. It's just that you aren't wasting 30 minutes of your time anymore. You're not just watching porn or masturbating, right? All this extra time that you have, do something with it. And whenever you get bored, whenever you have these urges, go out and do something. Don't sit around and let that idea consume you, because it is going to win. fill in that time with something to get yourself better, and then eventually you can make it a lifestyle, you can make it a habit to just go about the day working hard and not even having time to think about these urges.